Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a bit of a favorites video, update video, hangout video. Summer 2025 has been nuts, and a lot of what I'm going to share with you guys are things that have either had me looking better or feeling better in a time that life has just been lifing at your girl. Like this summer, we have had multiple trips to med stops, we've been to the ER, we've had car accidents, I've lost a pet. It's just been crazy. And there's a lot of things that I tend to lean on when I'm trying to bring some kind of peace, calm, intention to my life when it just feels like I'm in the middle of the storm. And like I said, summer 2025 has been a bit of a storm. So today I thought I would sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about what has been working for me to get through it. We'll talk a little bit about some beauty stuff as well, but mostly the theme of the video is how to be hotter and healthier. Before we get started, make sure you check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new here, and let's just get into it, girl. First things first, I have a video coming out about the beauty industry, and there's a lot of issues that I have with it right now, not necessarily the beauty community. I'm starting to feel a lot more empathetic about the state of the beauty community at any given time because I'm really starting to look at who I think the real big bad is here, and I'm thinking it's the multi-million / multi-billion-dollar corporations that keep the beauty business running, or actually, excuse me, we keep the beauty business running, but these corporations are leeching off of us, and there's a lot of opportunities I think they are taking to manipulate us. And one of the main ways I think they are really taking advantage of women is this idea that any company should feel comfortable or safe selling us toxic products. Now, toxic, that word means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and I do not have the kind of background in chemistry to go through item by item and point to you definitively which ingredients are objectively more toxic than others. But I think if we use a little bit of common sense, we all know instinctively that the human body is not designed to take on as much toxic, unnatural, synthetic things at once the way we are doing it. Like, in other words, we consume tons and tons of chemicals all day. Then we put them all over our body. Then we spray them in the air to fragrance our homes. Then we use them to clean. Like, at some point, we have to start drawing a line between the state of American health and the things we are exposing ourselves to daily. With that being said, the things I expose myself to daily, I'm trying to be a lot more intentional around and scale back and go as natural as possible. That includes getting ready to start making my own body care, because I recognize that at some point when you're trying to go more natural, you're also going to end up spending a lot more money. You're basically having to pay companies not to poison you. And at some point, I would just rather make it myself. Like, I think body care, so like body oil, body butter, I think I can handle it. There's other things I'm probably going to need to continue to purchase from companies who I think have a pretty good handle on keeping products as safe and natural as possible. Again, this is not going to be a perfect thing, and it's definitely not happening overnight. I just want to be more intentional about it everywhere that I can. Because as I said, we really, especially these beauty junkies out here like me, we are just bathing in chemical soup all day, and we probably need to look at that. So that being said, deodorant is one of the first and easiest, and in my opinion, best places to start trying to go more natural with your beauty routine. You have a lot of lymphatic glands in your armpit, and using deodorant to stop the sweat from coming out is stopping your body from doing a natural process it needs to do to push things out that it doesn't want or doesn't need. Not to mention, half the reason we smell bad is because of the things we're ingesting anyway. Literally, that sweat you're smelling, you can tell it, especially if someone's been drinking recently, for example. You can just smell the alcohol coming out of their pores. Your body is trying to do the same thing all day, every day with all the other toxic stuff we're putting into it, and deodorant is just stopping it. It's not natural, it's not normal. Deodorant, however, is not the easiest thing to switch in terms of finding a good one. I mean, when I say it's easy, I mean there's a lot of options now versus maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. But to find the right one for you, I gotta say, has been a struggle. The first tip I'll offer you, though, honestly, is just to stop wearing it. I stopped wearing deodorant every day about 2 years ago. I've not had anyone even notice it. Like, I don't smell. I sweat, but I don't smell bad when I do. If there's days that I really just can't afford to have the sweating or the smellage, or I don't even want to risk it, I will apply deodorant. And I finally got a chance to try this new deodorant from Agent Nature. This is called the Holly Stick. I don't know if it's the Holly Stick or the Holy Stick. I'm not even kidding. This is the rose scented one. I gotta tell you guys, the scent is not my favorite. There's something about this deodorant. There's like a note in here that I smell in a lot of perfume that I just don't like it, no matter who is wearing it no matter what formula it's in. It's just this, I can't explain. I always say it smells like dirt. So it kind of is in here, but I will tell you, this is by far the most effective natural deodorant I have tried. I mean, I did not smell at all. Like I said, if you just can't have a day where pit stains are an option, or you even want to risk smelling bad, those are when I recommend wearing deodorant, and really no other time. And this has been so nice. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's my new favorite natural deodorant. I do need to find a fragrance I enjoy the most, but this brand in general is incredibly interesting to me, and I pray that I get to continue to try those products. And honestly, this is a dream collab. So if y'all go over and visit them, tell them I sent you. Next is natural toothpaste. This is the Revitin prebiotic toothpaste. This has not been the easiest shift for me. My husband's actually been on this bandwagon long before he was using the citrus version of this, and there is something about not having a minty flavor in my mouth. It's very Pavlovian, and it was designed that way, just so you guys know. I can't get past it. Like my husband's citrus toothpaste, I just never felt like my mouth was clean. It bothered me. I never wanted to be close to anybody after I brushed my teeth with the citrus toothpaste, but I recently picked up their mint version, and it is much, much better. It's definitely not the same as like Crest or a toothpaste you've grown up using. It's the things I'm using every single day consistently that I am concerned with swapping out for better options. And over time, I will find brands and products that align with kind of my bigger ethos around beauty these days. This is just the best natural toothpaste I've tried, but if you guys have any recommendations, definitely let me know. And I will link all this down below. I'm not sponsored by anybody in this video today. So in keeping with the beauty side of things, this is not holistic at all. This is the K18 Biomedic Hair Science Air Wash Dry Shampoo. I've heard this thing praised all over the internet streets for quite some time, ever since it came out. I was just waiting to finish my existing stash of dry shampoo before I tried anything else, and I'm sold. This is pricey. I think this is somewhere between 40 to 60 bucks. I honestly can't remember, but it is hands down the most effective dry shampoo I've ever seen in my entire life. It's kind of like one of those products where you hear hyped up all the time and you just kind of can't believe it's as good as they say it is. This is one of the times, my friend, that the hype is very, very worth it. It is the most effective at keeping my roots clean and non-greasy, which is difficult because my hair wants to be greasy. I have very fine hair that if it gets greasy, it looks stringy and it's not good. I look a hot mess the minute a tiny bit of oil starts to seep through my scalp. It's not something I want to prevent all the time. In fact, one of the other things I will offer to you guys while I'm on my soapbox about definitely scale back, I'm also trying to do things like shower less. Now that's very hard for me because showers are like such an important part of my night routine. I truly believe they are what winds me down at night. But the more I think about it and the more I'm kind of learning about the human body, the way it works, the filtration system of the skin, the microbiome of the skin, constantly washing it away, not the wisest thing in the world. I've been letting my hair get pretty nasty over these summer months. My attitude towards dry shampoo is similar to that of deodorant. If I need it, I will use it, but I don't want to use it all the time. I would rather just deal with it, slick my hair back. But when I need a good dry shampoo, without a doubt, this is the best one. I will never try another one. It doesn't make my scalp itchy. It has the K18 bond building active ingredient in it, which is crucial because I also think dry shampoo is so bad for your scalp. Ultimately, I think it destroys your hair. It clogs your follicles. It makes your hair doesn't grow as well. Like, I think it's terrible for you. But if you're gonna do it, this is the way you should go, in my opinion. I just had to share. This is one of those products, like I said, every time someone talks about it, I want to know the tea. The tea is it's amazing. It's the best dry shampoo ever made. So you remember when I told you that my ethos around beauty has changed? It's changed in a lot of ways. I'm a lot more relaxed around the conversation of anti-aging. I have a video coming about that soon as well. I'm also trying to get more into my natural bag, literally every way humanly possible. And I'm also going to take a lot more of a high-low attitude towards stuff. Like this kind of stuff, these sort of staple products that I just cannot find a replacement for, and I've tried a million of them, and I know this is the only thing in the game, are probably going to be the beginning, middle, and end of high-end beauty for me for a long time. I've just tried so many beauty products over the year, and lately I have been in love with cheap beauty products. They work just as well, if not better in some cases, than the stuff at Sephora. And you have to take it from me, thousands and thousands of dollars spent on beauty. The drugstore is a lot closer to prestige than I think people want to admit. And if you're a beauty snob like I am, I can understand why. I really didn't want to give it the time of day, especially when it comes to drugstore hair care. This is the Pantene Pro V Pure Volume Shampoo and Conditioner. I've been using these all summer. As you can see, they're basically gone. This is after just tons and tons and tons of attempts at finding a great high-end shampoo and conditioner. I have found ones that I like more than others, and I've also used high-end shampoos and conditioners that have ruined my hair more than once, and I've just learned my lesson. I swear to you, I got fear-mongered out of using Pantene Pro V in the early 2000s from every hairstylist I ever had. Every single time they would find out I used drugstore hair care, they would about clutch their pearls, and like, I'm a 20-year-old waitress. I have no money to spend on pricey shampoo and conditioners, but based on their reactions, I was like, one day when I got it like that, I'm gonna try these nice shampoos they keep talking about. And I did for years. About 10 years, I have used exclusively salon brand shampoos and conditioners. Shuamora, Oribe, Pureology, Way, Kerastase, like you name it, I've tried all of them. Virtue, I've tried all of them. Some of them I like more than others, like I said. But ultimately, I can't tell a difference. This is just perfect. It cleans your hair really well, especially if you have fine hair like I do. It makes it very, very smooth and shiny and sleek. I feel like it keeps my roots clean and my ends soft for days. I'm never going back. This whole routine cost me like $9. I bought it like 3 months ago and it's still going strong. I'm converted. I will never, except for this, I don't think ever buy expensive hair care ever again. Except for scalp serum, scalp care, that's a little different. My actual hair, I'm a Pantene Pro V girl for life. Let's talk diet. I have been eating a lot of grass-fed, grass-finished beef this year. We stopped buying entirely from the grocery store and we started ordering half cow, quarter cows, however much we need from a local farm here in Tennessee. They're called Tennessee Grass-Fed. I'll leave them down below. I think they ship nationwide, I'm not sure, but they are local to us, so it helps. We switched to that, I believe, in January of this year, and it has been game changing in terms of being able to meet my protein goals. I used to be vegan like for 3 years straight, and then I kind of went back and forth with it off and on for the following 2 years, but I kissed it goodbye officially when I was pregnant with my son because I got gestational diabetes and I had to eat really, really, really low carb, which is basically impossible to do as a vegan. And I started eating a lot more protein and it just stuck. It works really, really well for me. And I gotta say, in terms of avoiding processed food, I don't think veganism is ever gonna be the goal for me again, simply because so much of what modern day veganism promotes is all these like seed oil Franken foods, which I used to be a big fan of. I loved Gardein, I loved Beyond Burgers because in my mind it was objectively healthier because it was plant-based, when in reality it was just chemicals, just chock full of chemicals. And ever since I have moved as far away from eating processed foods as possible, so many things about my health have drastically improved. Not just my skin, hair, and nails, which is always the first place in my opinion you can tell how well a diet or supplement is working for you, because if you are unhealthy or mentally unwell, like high levels of stress, your body will prioritize the most important functions. And that's why you tend to see things like fertility, hair, skin, and nails decline, especially obviously in women, as your health and or mental health declines as well. It doesn't have the extra stuff to give to it. It's having to conserve everything possible to just stay at some level of homeostasis. So the minute I started going high protein and noticed a lot of improvement in my hair, skin, and nails, I kind of knew that that was going to be the way for me. It's also shifted the way I approach supplements. I really used to be kind of I'll try any supplement. I had no standards whatsoever for them. Now my attitude around supplements is a lot closer to my attitude around food. I want it as close to its natural form as possible. Now I do have some processed supplements here, but even the type of supplement they are still kind of like single ingredient food products versus lab grown synthetic fillers. I just want away from all of it. Like I told you with the beauty side of it, we are constantly exposing ourselves to this stuff. At some point, it's not a bad idea to figure out the things you're willing to be a little bit choosier about. And again, anything you ingest or put on your body every day, not a bad place to start. With that being said, this obviously is a processed supplement, but it is kind of the first supplement that made me change the way I think about them. This is Armra colostrum. Anybody who's had a baby knows when you are getting ready to breastfeed, the first thing that your body produces is something called colostrum. It's also called liquid gold. It is packed with nutrients, and that is what this is. Obviously, it's not breast milk colostrum. It's bovine colostrum, but it has been fascinating to me to watch how impactful this has been on my health as it's come in and out of my life. I've been taking it for over a year, but naturally there would kind of come these times where maybe I would forget to order it, or maybe there's an issue with it coming on time, or something would get in the way, and maybe I go a couple of weeks to a month without it. Over the past year and a half I've been doing it, and every single time I stop taking it, I notice a huge difference. It's almost like this is beauty powder. It just makes you look so vibrant and healthy and glowy and dewy, and it makes your hair grow and your nails grow and your brows glow and your lashes grow. It also gives you energy. It's just such a complete supplement. Like, you don't have to get any other supplement I talk about today. You could probably just get this one and be fine. I am not sponsored or affiliated with this brand in any way, but I am telling you, this simple product that is nothing but colostrum, it's one ingredient, seeing how powerful it could be really changed my perspective on the type of supplements I'm interested in. And it opened the gateway for this next one that I'm super in love with and I really want to share with you guys. Again, not sponsored in any way, but go tell them hi. Maybe they'll work with me. I don't know. This is Primal Queen. The very 1996 Taco Bell inspired graphic design aside, this is incredible. This is not the only brand doing it. There's several brands out there now doing organ meat supplements. But if you guys don't know, organ meats are incredibly health dense. That is why our ancestors used to eat the animals from nose to tail, not just because resources were scarce and times were hard, but they knew that those kind of less sexy cuts of meat like liver and cow tongue were just chock full of health boosting benefits. And we've really gotten away from that in modern day times. We tend to really only want like the fancy cuts of beef and the steaks and the Kobe and all of it, but really we should be considering getting back to our roots and eating more organ meats. And I say all that being a total hypocrite because I myself am not ready to do it. I've had liver once. My mama made it when I was 5 years old. I never forgot it. I never ate it again. I remember just thinking it was so gross, but I was 5. Like, what did I know? Maybe it would be delicious. I just haven't tried it in a long time. In the meantime, I've been taking this for about a year. This is bovine uterus powder, bovine ovary powder, bovine liver powder, bovine kidney powder, and bovine heart powder. That's a lot of organs in these little capsules. Now, this has been instrumental, in my opinion, in helping regulate my hormonal health. There's a lot of talk of hormones and balancing your hormones, and some people think it's pseudoscience and some people think it's not. Anytime somebody starts throwing away around the words like pseudoscience and conspiracy theorists at this point, I don't care what y'all think, I tend to start going closer in that direction because all I gotta do is look with my own 2 eyes at the way average Americans' health is these days and know that whatever they're selling us, whatever they're promoting to us, and whatever has been mainstream for the past 20 years or so, I'm not listening anymore. I would rather just figure this out on my own because all the money and R&D, advertisements, and public health initiatives have gotten us nowhere. That being said, I think we ought to collectively consider going back to what our ancestors were doing. They got us through some of the most difficult times to be alive as human beings, and they got us to this point in civilization doing the things we have been refusing to engage in. So this for me, huge help for hormones. Like I said before, I don't know how or why, but ever since I've started implementing this supplement, as well as one more thing I'm about to tell you about, not only are my periods much more manageable, they're not even much more predictable, they are infinitely more predictable. I can set my watch to my period now, and I have not been able to do that for 15 years. Now my period is on time to the day every single month. My cramps are infinitely less. My cramps used to be so bad I'd have to cancel plans. Like, it was not cute. And then on top of that, PMS would be awful. Now that I have been taking this supplement, I do think it is kind of boosting some of the beauty benefits of this, but something about this is helping my hormones. I'm telling you, it's this. And then I also think it has been the introduction of period panties into my life. I'm not bringing my underwear to the camera because I'm a lady, but I promise you, I do use Thinx period panties, and I have been using them religiously for about a year again. And there's no other explanation for why my hormones should be more regular after being postpartum. other than the fact that I have changed some things about the way I approach my supplementation and my feminine hygiene. Keeping tampons away from you is probably not a bad idea anyway, because God knows what's in them. But if you think about it, again, our ancestors used to just free bleed. It's just like that sweat perspiration thing. This is meant to come out of our bodies. And when we use tampons, we're just getting it stuck in there. Nobody can square this circle for me. It doesn't make any sense. So if you are up to the challenge of taking on period panties, I'm not a big fan of the cups, like the period cups. I tried that before. They're kind of scary. I don't like them. Period panties are so much easier. Now you're going to have panty lines. Your period days that you have to wear your period panties, don't wear anything that you're trying to like hide the appearance of your underwear. You're not going to be able to. They're not like a diaper or anything like that, but they're not sexy. So I wouldn't wear like a cute little sundress over your period panties. Might not go well. But other than that, they're much easier to use. You only need about 3 pairs that you'll kind of have to wash and reuse throughout your cycle. They're amazing. I'm an evangelist. If I could just compel all women on planet Earth to stop using toxic deodorant and tampons, I would feel like I have achieved everything I want to achieve as a content creator. So heavily consider that, if nothing else. So in keeping with whole food supplements, obviously the Armra and the Primal Queen are not actual whole food supplements. They are processed. I had to pay for someone to make these for me and ship them to me, but you do not have to do that. There are simple things you can add to your life every day that will act as kind of a form of supplementation to help your overall health goals. And one of those is olive oil shots. This is from Fresh Press Farms. I had a little tete-a-tete with Chat GPT. I call her Catherine GPT, by the way. Well, though Catherine GPT, talking to her about olive oil and the benefits of it, because I've been seeing tons and tons of information. I will pop it all on the screen because it's still something I'm working on fully getting my head around. But we've heard for years the benefits of the Mediterranean diet. And I've heard it said many times that for people who are successful in the Mediterranean diet, they kind of treat food as a vehicle for olive oil and high quality organic. It does matter, the olive oil. That's why I ended up on this one, because ChatGPT said it was the best option, what I had at my local Publix, and it's been doing fine by me. It also makes an incredible salad dressing, I have to say. I certainly would like to look for olive oils that are maybe even a little bit more in line with the type of specifications around best quality than even this. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for it. Leave your suggestions down below. But simple things like grabbing yourself a really nice bottle of olive oil. Again, you can use it for food. I use it for salad dressings all the time. Is a great kind of whole food supplement sort of thing I'm trying to get your head around. The next one is Celtic sea salt. Celtic sea salt is just chock full of minerals. Everyone, you, including you watching this, are probably deficient in minerals if you're not already supplementing it. I got on the magnesium bandwagon like 6 years ago when my anxiety started really peaking off. And just so you guys know, if you're struggling with anxiety, sometimes, not always, but sometimes magnesium and introduction of beneficial minerals will be enough to kind of knock it out on its own. Again, going back to what I said before, lab-grown supplements. What are these things, ingredients from? Like, what is this we're ingesting? Sometimes you can just go straight to the source and just grab you some Celtic sea salt. This jar of sea salt that I have right here is probably going to last me all year. And I think this bag was $9. I just sprinkle a little bit in my lemon water every morning. It makes the lemon even more lemony, and I know I'm doing something great for my mineral levels for the day. Again, relatively inexpensive. There's no excuse not to be adding it into your life if you do think that you could benefit from minerals, and I'm telling you, you could. Next is bone broth. Y'all have heard me talk about bone broth nonstop. It is always on my Instagram story. Side note, go follow me on Instagram. It's one of my favorite wellness things in the world. It's comforting, it's warm, it's flavorful. I like to put lemon juice and hot sauce and a little bit of all-purpose seasoning in mine. I love it for breakfast. I love it for lunch. I love it between meals. It's just got so many benefits in it. It's great for collagen. It's great for joints. It's got protein in it. It's wonderful for you. However, bone broth is expensive if you buy it from the store and it's high quality. And the only way you can be sure you're getting high quality bone broth is if it's like gelatinous. It needs to be kind of like jiggly. Otherwise, you're not getting any, you can rest assured you're getting actually no benefits from the bone broth if you're not seeing that jiggliness, because that jiggliness is essentially collagen. My favorite store-bought bone broth I can get at Publix for like $8, and that's about 2 servings, and I would like to have it every day. getting ready to make broth for the season. Fall's coming, so I need to make my chicken broth. I'm gonna make some bone broth. I'm gonna make fire cider, and I'm gonna make my honey garlic. So if you guys wanna see that, let me know. All that being said, bone broth is amazing and I love it. And I recently found bone broth protein powder. Going back to what I've been saying, I don't wanna buy protein powders full of seed oils and God knows what from God know where. This is just simply coconut milk powder, cocoa bean powder, chocolate flavoring, monk fruit, and Himalayan pink salt. All of them are organic. The bone broth is grass-fed, non-GMO. It has 13 grams of protein. So this has been awesome for a protein shake if I need one. But what I really love this for is I will make a bone broth hot chocolate with this a couple times a week, sometimes to wind down, sometimes instead of dinner. If I just couldn't get together and have a moment to sit down to have a meal, I will just make a nice big mug of hot chocolate with this, and it's very satisfying, soothing, comforting, delicious. I am obsessed with this product and this brand. This is pricey. I think this bag was like $60, but I've had this for like 3 months. It's not something I have every day. It's a supplement just to get some extra protein. Sometimes it's a meal replacement. It has many, many uses in my life, but it is well loved and I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, I'll link it all down below. Not sponsored. This is just from my heart today. I asked you guys recently on a community tab post what you wanted to see from me, and overwhelmingly planning content won. So I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about my current planning system and why I'm loving it so much. Basically, I'm trying to go analog everywhere that I can. I'm trying even to go back to only consuming as much long form content as possible, more specifically closed narrative content, books, movies, things of that nature. I'm just trying to get a little offline. Like, I still want to work online, but I don't want to live here. And any opportunity I have to stay off of social media, I'm trying to take it. And for a while, I was doing all my planning digitally. I mean, it's been a couple years I've been doing digital planning. And unfortunately, what would happen is I'd pull my phone out to check my task planner, look at my calendar, do something, and inevitably my little fingers would wander over to buttons on my phone I'm not supposed to be pressing. I just figured I would just get rid of that part of it and go back totally analog for my planning system. Basically, I kept expecting that eventually the paper planning thing was going to fall off the rails simply because it wasn't big enough of a system. And I think it's done the opposite. I think this has done a much better job of keeping me organized, keeping me on track, keeping me focused than digital can, simply because physical allows me to, I need to touch things. I need to write things with my hand. I don't know. I'm a child of the 90s. This digital planning stuff can't work for me because it feels very closed. And like, I can't be aware of everything at one time because it's all hidden behind links and behind tabs and in this app and in this app. And it just wasn't working. Not to mention, like I said before, it was kind of distracting to have to keep pulling my phone out to check my planner, and having a digital planner that is infinite. You could put an infinite amount of things in it. I think it kind of convolutes things. I think it puts the cart way before the horse, and I am just full blown back into paper planning and obsessed with it. This planner is from Notique, and I have a huge mishmash of tons of different inserts and dividers, and I definitely have finally perfected, I've reached planner peace is what they call it. I've really come to understand the most effective way for me to stay self-directed and organized very, very easily. So when I make my planner video, that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be aesthetic. It's not going to be like, oh, look at all my cute stickers and how everything matches. Like, no girl, we're getting stuff done. So if you're interested in that planner content, please let me know down below specifically what you would like me to cover. If you have any special questions, just to answer the question I know I'm going to get, which is, where do I get my inserts? Peanuts Planner Co. They're on Etsy. I'll leave them down below. Almost my entire planner is now Peanuts Planner, if not Infinite Lotus. Planner peace has been achieved. I feel on top of my stuff and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. But in general, get analog everywhere you can. Stop giving these screens your whole daggone life. I am terrified of one day. You know how they say sometimes your life flashes before your eyes when you die? I am terrified that the majority of what I'm going to see is screens. And this is me trying to avoid that. This is not new either, but in keeping with analog journaling, I've been back on my journaling tip. It is not the easiest thing to keep up with because every single day, if I do nothing else outside of my more immediate obligations, if all I accomplish every day from self-care is my supplement routine, exposure outside, get my steps in, I like to put my feet on the ground once a day, sunlight in my eyes once a day, and I love to read my Bible every day. I read my devotional every day and journal. Journal sometimes is the thing that gets left by the wayside. I'm less likely to sacrifice the other things. This tends to go first, but anytime I'm consistent, you can roll the playback. I guarantee you there's been many times on my channel I have said how life-changing journaling is. There is something about being able to get my thoughts on paper and see them and kind of assess them that is more helpful than even therapy has been in my life. I can't say enough good things about it. This journal is a Leuchtturm. Got it on Amazon. I'll link it down below. All the stickers are just from Redbubble. It's really not the point. Any journal will work. I just know you guys are going to ask about it. Any journal will work. Just try getting in the habit of it. Even if all you do is get you like a yellow legal pad and scribble some stuff out and then throw it away. Such a good self-care practice. I've been an evangelist of this since I'm 9 years old. I've been journaling. In my heart, you guys, I've been thinking about this. If I had to decide like what I am on this earth, like what God put me here for, I think I'm a writer. It's the thing that's always come most easy to me. It's something I can't help but do. I can't help but observing the world and sharing what I see and being like, do you see it too? It's just how I move through this planet. And something about having a regular journaling practice is very soul soothing to me because at my core, I am a writer. And I think most people are too. They just don't know it yet. So can't recommend journaling enough. Couple more beauty things and we'll get out of here. This has been the summer of lip oils and lip balms. And like I told y'all before, I am team cheap beauty everywhere I can get it. I bought so much bougie lipstick, lip liner, and lip gloss last year. Gucci, Westman Atelier, Yves Saint Laurent, all of it. Any fancy schmancy type of lip product I can get my hands on, I did it. And wouldn't you know, the products that I'm actually using every single day without fail, will repurchase, can't recommend enough, are like $3 from e.l.f. The e.l.f. tinted lip balm is spectacular. They're trying to say they're coming for Summer Fridays. I humbly disagree. This is very nice, but it is no Summer Fridays. I will tell you guys though, I think Summer Fridays breaks me out. I've realized anytime I go back to it for long periods of time, I inevitably get breakouts all along this side of my mouth. I think it's from the lip balm kind of moving. It's so oily and thick and occlusive. It's causing me breakouts. This doesn't. That's one thing it has going for it. This one is in the color Yummy Gummy. I have a couple others, but berry tones are always my favorite. I've been wearing just this in all the videos you guys have seen from me lately. If it's not this, it's this guy. This is one of their lip oils in the color Jam Session. Like, look how much of it I have used. It's insane. I never finish lip products, but this has probably been my most used lip product all year this year. So inexpensive. If I lose it, I don't care. I can pick up another one for $4 at Target. Can't say enough how much I'm simping for cheap beauty these days. I'm a high-low girl to my soul. Lip products will probably forever be the place I'm going low because I cannot tell the difference between high-end and low-end anymore. They're doing such a good job, and these in particular have been my absolute favorite. Speaking of high-low, let's talk a little about 2 skincare items and I'll get out of here. This is the Plated Skin Science Intense Serum. I'm actually working with them on a piece of content, so they sent this to me as well as their hair serum. I've actually tried the plated serum before. I tried it after I had my CO2 laser done last year, and I went through the bottle really, really fast. This time I've managed to make it last like, I don't know, 2 months. And the way I've been doing it is I do it kind of like how the Instagram people tell you to do. They squirt it straight on their face. If I just squirt tiny little dots of this all over my face, I can make this expensive bottle of serum last a long time. And it's one of those ingredients, one of those products that like I will go cheap literally everywhere else on my skincare that I can and just have this as kind of my big boy active ingredient and milk this puppy for 3 months and be happy. The changes I've seen with my skin, actually it's not just this, there's a few things I've added to my routine lately that are just getting me in a good place, but I know it's this. This, a big part of it is this. This and my current red light mask are what's doing it. I know it's what's doing it. They're just getting my skin so tight and poreless. It's helping with fine lines and pigmentation and wound healing and breakout healing and post-acne pigmentation. This is bougie and pricey and expensive. And I know I just said I'm team cheap beauty, but I'm also team high-low. And if you have to go high anywhere in your skincare routine, a good exosome or growth factor serum is not a bad place. And since I've tried this brand for a while and this is my second bottle, I can wholeheartedly recommend this. If you're looking for some sort of heavy duty one-stop shop for real change in your skin, this is a great place to go. And then let's go to my cheap fave. This is the Prequel Skin Barrier Mineral Sunscreen. I've been on a Prequel kick. Right now, I'm using the Prequel Glycerin Face Wash. I'm using their hyaluronic acid serum, and I'm using the sunscreen. This is, I think, my 4th bottle of the sunscreen. The best sunscreen I've ever tried is the Ulta MD one. Oh, it's delicious. Like the way it acts on your skin, the way it treats your skin, how it looks on your skin even. It looks like filtered and glowy and dewy. This is pretty close to that. It's not identical, but it's close enough that like I don't feel the need to go repurchase the $45 sunscreen. This is doing just fine. Doesn't break me out, doesn't burn my eyes, lays well under makeup. When you have it on your skin by itself, you just kind of get this nice, fresh, glowy look about you. Cannot say enough good things. Prequel has just been doing it for me. If you guys have any other kind of drugstore brands that have really been calling to you the way Prequel has been to me, please let me know. Like I said, my approach to beauty is going to be high-low, cheap where I can go, as natural as possible. Just trying to get a little balance in my life around this beauty thing. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you're having an amazing day, a wonderful summer. Please let me know what your faves are down below, and I will catch you in the next one.